come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brush with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. We relationship prophets. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. We have a special guest this evening, but first, how we doing, gentlemen?
Jeezy, what's good, everybody?
And it's Mr. Gent out here.
What are you drinking,
I guess
Gent?
I'm the special guest.
Yes, you are the special guest. What I'm drinking right now, though, is called Red Rocket. You know what I'm saying? You remember Red Rocket? Jeezy?
Oh, yeah, from Buddy. Yeah.
Homeboy, you know, I don't know, he got a concoction that tastes like Kool-Aid, but for some reason, within 15 minutes, you don't have no underwear.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that...
I don't think he ever made that claim, but can we get to our special guest? Can we introduce our special guest, though?
Of course. Our special guest hails from the wonderful place only known as Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, or Houston, Texas. And we got the bartender, business owner, Ashley, out here. And so we definitely are just very happy to have an opportunity to speak with you, and congratulations on the new venture that you have out there. You want to talk about the new venture a little bit? For those visiting Houston.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm Ashley Nicole, Houston, Texas. I just opened a business about 45 days ago, Urban Social, Black-owned, family-owned and operated. It's amazing. I love it so much. I worked really, really hard to get to where I am right now, and it's honestly been so fruitful, and God is good.
Whole time.
But it's great. It's a traditional bar. I'm here right now. It's a lot of beautiful people, a lot of love, a lot of good energy.
One important question: do you serve Hennessy?
Heck yeah! Can I say bad words, or do I have to be censored?
Then your business will be successful.
What are the censorships? Can I say bad words, or do I have to be politically correct?
Oh, you're
that.
Yeah, fuck that. For real. Yeah.
Fuck that. I sell all the shit. I sell Hennessy, Crown, James. I literally have a full 100% bar. Like
the full nigga lineup. You went all nigga alcohol there. Yeah, nigga lineup.
We didn't have fast on none of that shit.
Yeah.
None of that shit.
That's what's up. That's
great. That's great.
Well, you definitely a boss chick, and you know, respect to you, man. Keep keeping the savage, baby girl. We very proud of you over here at brunch, man.
I love it here.
Yes.
Well, we want to talk about things and dating, and we want to get your perspective from a bartender. The first thing I want to kind of go at is and I'm sure Des is going to agree. Isn't the bartender always super fine? Like,
I mean, I'm super fine. I don't know.
No, I'm saying though, the bartender tends to be sometimes the prettiest girl in the club or in the bar, man. You know what I mean? So
in a club setting, for sure. In a bar setting, it's a little bit different.
It is.
I would say that the bartender.
I'm a bartender in real life.
Are you?
I never did the club thing.
Okay.
I've been to the clubs and they be fine as hell. Sure.
Yeah, super fine.
They be dumb and dense. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get it all. You can't.
Yeah. In my business, you have to have a little bit more going on because if you want to really like establish yourself and really make consistent income, you cannot be dense. It's not an option. Most of my customers are like hella tight and hella accomplished. So they want to talk. They want to talk about everything.
Yeah, because your bartender's like your counselor in a way.
Love y'all.
Yo, I already told you. Like,
you know what? I can't talk right now. I'm on a podcast.
This real shit right here, peoples.
Hey, I appreciate you shutting it down.
I'm gonna do our Urban League Young Professionals.
We're gonna pick back up on that for sure.
To do that.
For sure.
You know, hey, Des,
I'm
you ain't
literally
gonna stop
at my
shooting the
job
shot.
right now.
I don't think that's all business.
I'm off duty for 30 minutes.
I don't think that's all business.
You better love me. If you don't love me, then I'm confused. Y'all see this?
No,
he's shooting his full shot.
I hear.
You gonna do a testimonial?
Dog.
Dog, hey, ain't nobody mad at you trying to shoot your shot, bro.
Yeah, leave me alone for a minute. Give me 30 minutes.
Take that 3.
I'm gonna hold up the number 3 so y'all leave me alone.
That nigga shot a deep Steph Curry 3 right there.
Say it again.
I said he shot a deep Steph Curry 3 right there. He trying to shoot a shot.
He turned around for one in too.
So anyways, like I said, this business is super intense. It's nonstop. Literally nonstop.
So do you get hit on often as a bartender?
All day, every day for the last 10 years. I've been doing this for 10 years.
My question is,
could have probably got married every week for the last 10 years.
Oh, I have no doubt. 9 out of 10 of them niggas probably wouldn't shit, but I have no doubt that you get married.
They're not shit, but they think they are for sure.
Of course they do.
But some of them are. Some of them are, but that's not what I'm here for. So
that's my next question then. Has any offer been so intriguing that you decide to say yes? You ever given your number out to a customer?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you got some
I've actually given my number out more than I've responded to them.
So is that more of just a plot to get the money?
It's more of to get you out of my face.
Yeah.
And the money is more of like the engagement process. It's like
giving them false hope. What you're doing is giving them false hope, Ashley. That's what you're doing.
100% false as fuck.
You selling Disney dreams. That's what you're selling.
I mean, I am Disney. So.
No, I hate niggas that thrive on that though. There's niggas that eat that up.
Yeah, like I got the bartender's number. Like, bro.
Come on, man. She gave everybody her phone number. Man, come on, man. Like, nigga, she gave me the number too, though.
She gave me her number last week, bro. But did y'all go on the date though? Did you get the date?
She never even responded to the text, man.
She never responded to the text.
Exactly right.
And that is definitely a bartender thing.
So I want to go over some things that I found as far as things you shouldn't do when on a date at a bar. The first thing that came up was do not get wasted. Have you ever seen someone get wasted while on a date?
When I tell you, I have so many stories, but I'm gonna just only tell you about the most recent one. So since I've opened Urban Social, it's the new baby, you know, and you have a new spot, it's the new hottest thing.
No, it's a new hoe. It's like a new hoe on the block. No, everybody
wants to taste. Like, all right, let me go see what they talking about. Let me see what's up.
Yeah.
But I had the luxury of being in like really great establishments, so my drinks are great. The environment is pretty dope too. I had a couple last Sunday come and celebrate the young lady's birthday. They're not even young. I swear, they're like 40, 45 maybe, like seasoned humans. This lady was so drunk, like so wasted. She was pushing chairs over, kissing men, kissing women. I was like, wait a minute. This is not that. So then the guy comes back. The guy comes back after that. So I could get into that night. It was absolutely crazy. But then he comes back. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My date got so wasted. Long story short, she'll never come back here. I'll never bring her back here. And I was like, dang.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, he fucked it that night.
And
but
that's the thing. People go to bars on dates after they already went to dinner and you probably already had drinks. So you don't know how lit you are yet because you were talking, eating, drinking, and then you go to a drink forward establishment.
Yeah, no, he knows how lit you are.
Then he knows.
Why did she get 3 drinks? He's still babysitting that first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to like whoever's the drunkest to compose themselves. And some people cannot do that. It's like 0 to 100 real quick.
I've never
it
had.
It looks a lot different for everybody.
Have any of you ever had a girl get drunk while you're on a date?
Oh yeah.
You have?
Not on accident.
What does that look like?
Not on accident. I've never heard it said.
I want to hear that spectrum. What is the spectrum of a drunk girl on a date? Is it literally like, because I'm a little crazy. I can get crazy sometimes.
Once she started touching you, that's the good drunk. Like when she can't keep her hands off you, she touch you fairly. Yeah, she don't need no, because you don't want her throwing up. You don't want her, and but when she get that touchy feely, okay.
I don't believe y'all.
That's a good tipsy. That's a good tipsy when she get touchy feely.
You don't want to.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
You don't want to go drunk.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I remember taking a girl out to the club. It was her birthday, and she got wasted. But you could tell she probably wasn't drinking like that. But she had vomited in the parking lot. And I gave her a kiss right after that, though. Like nasty. I really needed it at that time. So
I want to say I was there that night, and I was on a date too, and I believe I was the one that got fucked up and she was over, if I recall. So I've seen it on the other end as well.
Mm-hmm. Both of y'all might have been thrown up at the same time, but it's all good. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Never ever thrown up on a date ever.
Never.
Oh, man, never.
Never. Wait, let me think.
You know you're gonna take that back. Jesus is not gonna be with you. You're gonna take that back because I know that ain't the truth.
That's not even a normal thing.
No, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
when I say date, like a date, like somebody I don't know, like with my boyfriend, maybe. Like that's not a date. We kicking it.
Well, it's a date, but yeah, it's just
a date. Like we
stabilized
don't
it.
really know each other, and we're going to some places to see. Like, really, dating is so dumb these days too. Like people they do the most on one date.
You don't.
And we there for that though. We there for that. Most men are there for that.
Yeah, do the most on one day. You go to dinner, then you go do some activity, and then you go to a bar. Like at that point, I'm my actual self. Like a date, I'm probably not my actual self if it's done right. I'm my representative for 2 hours.
I agree.
But some people be going on 7-hour dates, and by the end, it's over. You did too much in that one date, and it's a wrap.
It depends on what date it is. If it's the first date, you did way too much.
Yeah, first date's way too much. I've seen first dates go so bad in a bar. Because the guy is like, oh, let me take you to this really cool bar. It's going to be great. And then she's like, oh, yeah, this is great. Let me get 3 shots and 6 cocktails. And then...
And he ain't signing for that $150 bill.
That was
they be signing up for it. Trust me. They signed up for that, too.
Yeah. He knew. That's not a coincidence.
Yeah, and
he was trying to get her toasted.
Yeah. That's actually
a good thing. I'm in Houston. Where are you guys?
Orlando.
Florida, Orlando.
Yeah, we're in Orlando.
Yeah, so Houston is a dating city. It's like speed dating all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cheaters was there. You're right. They made a living.
I'm not sure very many people in this city actually want to be in a relationship, or that they just want to date all the time.
No, a lot of people lie to themselves that they do want to be in a relationship, but
they don't. They totally don't.
So that's why as soon as shit get real, they fuck it up.
They don't want to do it. They're totally kidding. They're totally faking. But the thrill is more important. So I've seen a lot of thrills in the bar business.
Have you ever been on a date with a man, and do you ever pay attention to how well he tips the bartender? Is that something that matters?
Not all, but it's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
I think tipping is character.
Yeah.
I think a tip is character because you have to respect the business. These people who do this job, they're literally carving out a portion of their lives. Obviously, they have to love it, but bartenders make $0. It's literally tip. It's tip dominant establishment. I mean, a tip dominant world. So in Houston, anyway, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but
what necessitates a tip, though? What necessitates a tip? My question is, should the server get a tip simply because they served you if you did not get exceptional service, or should the tip be predicated on exceptional service? I've heard people say both sides.
Okay, and I think a bare minimum tip is no brainer.
What's that bare minimum?
An exceptional tip is for exceptional service. Like, I think a base tip is 10%, which is 10%. Lowballing for sure. That's a super low ball, the minimum.
That nigga can't get your phone number after.
Like, you didn't have to actually go to your kitchen and get your food. They literally did the bare minimum. That's 10%. But a great server, great bartender. I've never been a server, so I'm bar only. But I think the bare minimum is 10%. Like,
even for shitty service.
Shitty service, you tell them.
Yeah, I think 10%
is character.
I'm
you didn't do a great job. You really left a lot on the table. I probably would have tipped you more.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd waste my breath to say it. Wouldn't do me any good at that point, really.
They low-key know by the tip, though.
Yeah.
And it's like zero means fuck you, stupid ass motherfucker. I hate you so much. I'll never come back.
That is kind of deep. That's a lot of words.
I'm glad we put that out there.
10% is like, I hope when I come back, I get another person.
Yeah, I agree.
20% and up is like, damn, I fuck with you.
Well, I'm like a 17% ass nigga. Like I like 15,
17 means you did all right.
You
good with me.
Yeah, you did your thing.
What's the tip amount?
Are you leaving?
What's the tip amount that says I want to have your baby? What that look like?
$100 for
me. and you still won't get it. You
still won't even. Still not getting it, but I'm gonna rub your shoulders every time.
Okay. I mean, I'll settle for that. I guess you know what I'm saying.
$100 and every get rubbed.
No, seriously though, like bartenders are like low key pimps if you really think about it.
We're drug dealers.
Yeah,
we're drug dealers.
Finesse the game. They really know how to manage people and handle them well to get what they want.
Yeah, I like to think of us as drug dealers, but we pimps too.
Bro, I can see it in your eyes.
You said something earlier, Jeezy, where you talked about the best bartenders being really attractive or something like that. But I was going to say at that time, I think the best bartenders are ones who are smart and witty. Because those are the motherfuckers that keep you talking, that you want to have a conversation with. And if my bartender's dope and we having a good conversation, my drink run low, hey, you want another one? Yeah, let me get another one. Boom, because we talking. You don't want to mess up the buzz. Looking at some dumb pretty bitches don't do that. They don't do that. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, it's crazy that you identify that, because as an owner, manager, operator, that is the thing that I try to make sure my bartenders know. Is that cultivating the relationship is the most important part.
Right.
Not a lot of bartenders, but maybe it is a lot. They just only think about, they're one track minded, money, that's it. But in reality, it's the relationship that separates you from your peers or whatever. Like being able to slow down just enough to pay attention to what you're anticipating the need. That is like next level stuff. Yeah. But you gotta have a certain type of background for that.
You do, and you got that experience. I'll tell you, when I was when I lived in Michigan, when I was going to Michigan for school, I was up there for like a year and a half. There was a bar that we went to. It was called $1. It wasn't even the best bar. It wasn't the fifth best bar. But let me tell you what they had. They had two bartenders that always worked there. One was hilarious and one was incredibly smart. And so me and my homeboys would always go there because we could always throw a topic on the table that we've been going over, and they would come in and great experience. They didn't have the cutest bartenders. The cutest bartenders was down the street, but they had good drinks.
That's real.
They had fair prices, and they had dope bartenders that could carry the conversation. I spent so much money there in a year and a half, and I don't regret it at all. We was there 2 nights a week. You know what I mean? It was dope. It was just really dope. So yeah, well said.
That's the one. That's the key, really. All things considered. But that's even how people get to go on dates and get the date that drunk. It's that engagement. You're not gonna accomplish your get my date drunk goal, which I will acknowledge is a thing.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Unless the bartender is engaging with both parties. Like, you ever been to a bar and you're an attractive guy, your date's cool too, but the bartender's only focused on the guy, and then the date is like, this is so lame, get me out of here. Is she trying to holler at you? Like, like what?
Yeah.
Good point.
Every man hasn't experienced that, but I believe you have. But every man has not experienced that. It's funny you said that because I was on a date once, and the bartender was all in my face, and he was, and I'm straight as an arrow. I thought he was straight, but the way he was coming at me so strong, he had to be looking for something more than a tip. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, he was looking for a tip, all right.
And he was so in my face, and the girl was like, "Man, he's really into you." And she would say, "Excuse me," and he wouldn't say a word. And I just raised my hand. This nigga would see through a crowd and run. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Oh man.
You know
that
what was his name?
So
I have no idea what his name was. Nigga.
You know his name, nigga. You know
what his name was. I did not know what his name was. I'm cool. I was low key uncomfortable, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, but I was definitely not gonna engage.
You was wearing that same pink shirt right there?
I didn't have a pink polo on. No, I didn't. A very masculine black and gray.
The teal one.
Yeah.
Man. That's a common thing.
Have you ever seen a couple argue over the bill?
Never.
Yeah.
But I'm I'm really one of those people. I'm gonna hand the bill to the man regardless. Like, I don't know why a woman should ever pay a date bill. That's just crazy.
I mean,
I've literally never seen
what if a woman invites him out? What if she invites him out? Is it still on him?
I don't care who invited who.
I disagree with that right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If I'm at home, and that's just it.
Yeah.
I was raised right, and I believe in chivalry. But if I'm at home sitting in bed and you say, "Hey, come out, come have a drink with me. I'm at the bar down the street," and I get my ass up and I gotta pay for the drinks that you offered, that's some backward shit.
Okay, now, so let me tell you what I think about that scenario. That particular scenario. Come have a drink with me. I got your first one.
Yeah,
that's what
if you come and show up, you should be prepared to spend money at that point.
I actually agree with that one, but if that first round ain't bought on her, I'm ready to go home.
First round should be done. I got you on the first one.
No, I'm serious.
That, I'm closing my tab.
What's your self-worth, man? I mean, seriously.
Why are you here is a better question.
Maybe I didn't want to
here
drink.
For free drinks on me because
no, maybe not.
I'm here for free drinks. We can sit here and drink water.
Okay, that's fine, but don't order 6 drinks and then look at me when the check comes. I'm just saying,
damn,
we can drink water. I love water.
That's a hella fine line.
You say you love water, you drink a gallon a day.
I love water. I drink a gallon a day, man. I love water. We can drink water all day. Ice.
That's a fine line. That's a fine line. Because I think you have to know who you're dealing with in those types of situations. Like for me, if I invite somebody to do something with me, they already know. It's not a question.
Yeah, see.
No, did you see her eyes when she said that though? It was like
speak from every perspective though.
Like duh, nigga, like
duh, like hello.
First
of all, you probably wanted me to invite you somewhere so that you could do this. So you're welcome.
A large fucking leap, or he had 3 bitches.
You didn't know when I was free, and I'm free now. So come get some of this free time.
Go ahead, Dez, and say that, Dez, because I agree with you.
Go ahead, Dez.
What you just said? Because
I said, or he has 3 of them, and you was the first on the list, or you the one who reached out to him, and so you got chosen tonight.
And your offer sounded intriguing because you offered to have drinks. You know what I'm saying?
So I offered you my time.
No, if he was going to pay for the drinks
to his house, and she would have bought some Hennessy. She
would. My time, not my tab. You get my time, not my tab.
If he wanted to pay for drinks, he would have called the third hoe, her booty. You know what I'm saying?
He should have said no then. He should go get with her then.
No,
don't be projecting. Don't project on me. I'm doing all the projecting for you. You don't have to do it too.
I get it.
We can't both be doing that.
I get it.
There's only one room. There's only room for one projector, and it's usually the woman.
I just feel that, there's nothing wrong. And again, I think it depends on where.
Would you even feel comfortable with a woman covering a full tab for you?
How well do I know her? If it's the first date, the second date, the third date, probably not.
It doesn't matter. If it's somebody who has your number, who felt comfortable enough to invite you somewhere, y'all obviously had a conversation.
Do you know why I do feel comfortable with that? Because
I would love for you to tell me. No, I don't.
I have undoubtedly paid for everything we've done thus far. I have no doubt, because that's my style.
So why are you playing devil's advocate here, sir?
Because I did this one night. You invited me out. Maybe I want to be treated right. You know what I'm saying? Can you pamper me a bit? You know what I mean?
I don't think we're doing it. I don't think we're doing a service. I mean, I think we're complicating this, and I don't think it's that complicated. I mean, here's the thing: people have come to define chivalry as a pay for everything. That's the definition of chivalry: who covers the fucking bill, right? Thing: if you fuck with somebody and you care about them and you love their company and you want to spend some time with them, maybe they money low. Maybe they live in check to check. You don't know their situation. So if you fuck with somebody, if I say, "Hey, yo, come out, I got you," it's because I want to pay. I want to spend some time with whoever that person is. And if they ain't got the bread,
she didn't say I got you. She said, "Come have a drink."
Yeah, and it's very important that you pay attention to that, because women are very technical with their words, and they'll try to get.
And then let me also say this. As a woman, I'm really comfortable in my life. I'm really confident about what I got going on, and I will treat to an extent. But I definitely feel like as a man, I believe in gender roles. And you shouldn't never go out with a woman and assume that she's gonna pay for shit. And if she don't, you shouldn't feel a way about it.
I think
it shouldn't be like a thing like, oh, you invited me, but now I'm paying. Even mentally, like that's probably honestly for the whole dating thing. I hate to say this. It might be like a test. Like, what type of man are you? Because really, she can make the decision to treat you. I don't think that would be an issue for a real woman, like a person that can afford it. I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is if we're in the dating stages, you are in the courting phase still. And courting does look a certain way to me.
Here's my...
But I think it's important that what you said is important, right? Because I think that frames your perspective, right? So we can't sit here and act like that's the perspective of the majority of women.
Hey, baby.
So now your position makes complete sense because you believe in traditional gender roles. What I would tell you is there are millions of women that don't believe in traditional gender roles. They wouldn't have a problem treating a guy, and it would have framed their relationship. So I think your perspective based on your belief in traditional gender roles makes complete sense. I don't know that there's a rebuttal to that because of your fundamental belief, but I don't think that's the majority of women. Huh?
And I'm just saying preparedness. Like, I don't think that when a man gets a message from a woman to come and link up, they should assume that is on her. I think you should be prepared that it is on you.
Yeah, I think anyone should be prepared. Yeah,
you make a character assessment at that point. I think that you should be prepared to cover it all. And if she surprises you and doesn't, she's next level.
And let me just tell you, I agree with your statement. And I've heard many women that will sit there and say, listen, they make sure that they're also prepared because they don't know what type of nigga that they're going to run.
Absolutely. I will always be prepared.
Exactly, right? So being prepared is very important. I think that reciprocation is extremely important, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in courting. Now, yeah, it could very well be a test, but let's say to Jeezy's point, I took you out 3 times and the 4th time you're not even attempting to reciprocate. You're not even attempting to reach for a check. To me, that may say something to me where, okay, to your point, it may mean she strictly believes in gender roles, or it may say to me that, you know what, she doesn't care enough to at least try to reciprocate, right? Because that matters. Like, the thing, I think women get it fucked up that it's that everything is supposed to be catered to you, because we teach this to kids from a very young age. Happy wife, happy life. We teach all this shit, but it really needs to be happy spouse, right? Happy life, which means at the end of the day, it don't matter what side it is, reciprocation and equality on some level should take place so that person doesn't feel singled out or isolated in any which way, right?
So I think that's a different conversation because you said spouse and we're talking.
I'm just giving you, that's how we are taught as kids, that this is how we need to approach everything, right?
And I think that you also have to, like, really quickly on a tangent, understand what type of person you're dating. Like, love languages are a thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to pay a tab ever, but I'll buy gifts. I'll show my appreciation in other ways if we're actually dating.
That's fair.
But if we're just getting to know one another, I definitely think you need to, as a man, show me that you deserve what I got in store, because I'm going to do those things. Like, I'm the type of person that buys little gifts, like things that you're looking for, it'll be there tomorrow. I Amazoned it, it's delivered today. Like,
I don't want that $4.99 lighter that I told you I was gonna get. I can get it myself.
Lighter, it could be anything. Like,
no,
it's just little things. I'm a gender role person again. Providing is a thing. Like,
I know.
Can I do it? Yes. Have we made it to the point where we decide what I do and you do? No. So in the interim, the woman
what the fuck we do. Yeah.
She should show. I definitely 100% agree that maybe if it is a date, she should be like, I got this one, for sure. But I don't feel like men should ever expect that or think that that's a thing. I think as a man, you should be like, especially if you like her for real, Why would you want her to do that?
A nigga don't know if he like you for real though, right? So a lot of times we going out trying to figure that out still.
No, you don't then already.
Yeah.
Already? If you
maybe
thinking
you're
about
right.
that, you don't already.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Low-key, you want something else, not that.
We can say
we're trying to get something else going down, and that's cool too. But just keep it trill though. Like a real woman that you want to actually deal with, you won't think twice. So if we out here playing games and like doing the do, then that's a different type of lady. She might pay for your shit. Me, I'm not.
I find that funny only because women in 2020 more than ever, the independent woman is so strong, and she doesn't need a man for anything. This, that, and the other. But you fall into that gender role, and I'm sure many women wouldn't appreciate when the gender role is applied, in the man's favor. Oh, you're a woman, so you should be cooking my meals. You're a woman, so you should be doing my laundry. You know what I'm saying? I bought you dinner tonight, so you should be sucking me off. I mean, I really appreciate the last one, but my point of the matter is, gender roles, you're willing to embrace this one, but something tells me you're not going to embrace all of them.
Exactly. Well said.
I agree. I agree 100%. Not 100, maybe like 79.
I'll take it.
Because when you put it like that, the gender roles are a thing. But I mean,
and you love a man to cook you dinner. I bet you would love a nigga to fold your drawers right now.
And he does, and he's great. I love that. I do love that.
But yet you can't pick up a tab because gender roles.
I'm talking about other human beings. Yeah. I am 100% I'm a reciprocator. Like I reciprocate. I don't have no problem with that. But what I do know about a lot of single women over a certain age, I think that the way they were raised and what their real life look like, they don't go together. So, I definitely can also identify with the fact that they think that dating looks like, why do I need you? You need to prove yourself to me because I do got this. And I can do this by myself, but I want to do this with you. And I think that a lot of women over a certain age, maybe like 35, maybe, they just feel like, I want to do this with you, so I want you to want to do this with me too. Yeah. And if you want to do this with me, it should look this way because I can do it, but I want it to be something you want to do, not something you're thinking about that I didn't do. Like instead of it being, why didn't she pick up the tab? I think they mostly are looking for somebody that says, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Or don't even think about doing that because I decided to be here with you. You know what I mean? When you're a little bit younger and it's easier, yeah, that chivalry shit goes both ways. But when you're a certain age and you're single and you definitely are independent, I don't have to invite you anywhere. I don't have to do this with you. I can.
But see, that's a double-edged sword because a dope nigga like myself thinks the same way.
Okay, dope nigga. All right.
I think the same way.
All right, dope nigga, speak on it.
I've taken you out 2 or 3 times, shown you a great time. The bill came, nigga laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? It was never a problem. I feel the same way. I should be treated to a certain level, you know what I mean? To where I should be able to expect.
Do you think the treatment has to be the same?
I think it does because, again, I don't believe in gender roles. So if you want me to wash your drawers and cook your meal, yes, ho, buy my meal tomorrow, and I'm going to do the laundry the day after. I'm going to mop the floor, bitch. And if you can go out there and change the light bulb,
but you just literally spoke to what she says. It's not looking the same.
That's my point, though. I'm saying if you want no gender role, I believe in no gender roles. And I think a woman wants a man who will help her in every way and not just the gender roles, take the trash out, cut the lawn ass way. She wants everything. And if she's not going to, you can't expect the household duties all while not jumping on some of those manly gender roles, you know what I'm saying, that you're referencing. So I think if you want it, you got to give it.
All right. What's next on the docket?
What happens when when a customer sends a drink back? I just need to know between me and y'all, are y'all spitting in the drinks?
So, I don't know about how it is in other cities and states and life, but here, that's a part of the customer experience for us. So, I think if you're a good bartender, you know that you have different customers every time, and they might not like what you bring to the table, and so if they send it back, you low-key just need to take it back.
Yeah.
And be like, what was wrong? What was wrong? Do you want it stronger? Do you want it sweeter? What are you looking for? Like, that's really not a thing here.
Yeah.
Like, people think drinkers think they know what they want to drink, but they don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they know. An old-fashioned drinker.
They know. Yeah.
A margarita person knows they want a margarita. But like somebody who be like, ooh, make me something sweet. That's automatically a recipe for disaster. Because they don't want nothing sweet. They really want to die. They want to like fall on the floor when they sip their drink, but they think they want something sweet. So in reality, it's
a safe place. Basically, you're saying it's a safe place. Most bartenders.
Yeah, it's case by case, but it's not unheard of.
You know what I want to know too, working at a bar? Can you spot the thirsty whore that is looking for dick by any means necessary?
Yes.
What's the telltale signs? I'm not asking for research purposes.
Yes,
only.
because they don't do it once a week. They do it every day.
Oh, so frequency is the telltale sign?
What? The lady who comes to the bar every time by herself? What?
Do you ever throw a man an alley-oop and be like, hey, go for that one right there, dog?
I cannot disclose the answer to that question.
Oh, come on now, Ashley, man.
We already know the answer, everybody. Come on.
We're talking about 15 years ago. We're talking about 15 years ago. 15 years ago.
I am a people person, and I know my people. That's where I'm going to leave it at.
15 years ago. You're not going to say nothing? 15 years ago?
Say less, Jen. Say less. She already answered the question, nigga. Come on, man. She already answered the question. No.
You know, Robbie,
I'm a people person. I know my people. That's it. That's where I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one right there.
No, sir.
I'm sure it's even easier to find the thirsty-ass nigga at the bar. That nigga
they
buying
be here every day, too.
Brian, every chick a drink, I bet.
I like to think people need things, and I'm a facilitator of needs.
So Ashley, let me ask you a question. Is another indicator of thirstiness the dude or the chick that's super familiar with everybody? Like she in everybody's face. She know everyone at the bar. Maybe that's due to the frequency, but she's so conversationalist. She's so much of a conversationalist. She's so all up in everyone's shit.
He asking for himself. Who are you talking about?
No, I'm just asking in general. Is that a telltale sign?
Usually, on a woman's perspective, no, they're the quietest.
Quiet ones, yeah.
The ones who's talking and moving, they've mastered it already. They don't need none of that.
And she ain't fucking
it be the quiet ones that sit in there peeping the scene. They plotting. They are plotting. They are literally watching every move. They're listening to every conversation. They are sitting there waiting on the right one. And they get them every time.
You stay there waiting on the right one. I feel like they're waiting on anyone.
Well, the anyone usually is the right one. In Houston, Texas,
Touche.
I done seen a lot of women come up so hard, and I've watched it. I've been in this business again for 10 years, and I've literally watched girls that I've known for 10 years. They got bodies, bags, houses, cars. What? Because they be quiet.
Yeah.
They just sit in the corner. Nobody knows, but everybody knows.
Do you see a lot of aggressive women at the bar?
Huh?
You see a lot of aggressive women at the bar?
Yeah, the aggressive ones never get anywhere.
Yeah, men don't really always respond well to that. We get nervous.
Men like to think they're deciding. No offense to you guys.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
No,
y'all like to think that you are choosing.
I actually, and I've said this before.
Yes.
I've said this before. Someone was once asked what kind of girls he likes. He said, I like the girls that like me. So at the end of the day, I get it how it goes. But I do think at the end of the day, I appreciate an aggressive woman, you know. I can't say
What
that
does
I
that
don't
look
enjoy
like?
the chase. Well, I mean, a woman that would actually approach you at the bar and start the
So
conversation.
you've had women approach you like, hey, would that look like, hey, daddy?
No, not
No,
like
it don't
that.
sound like that. I wish it did. It's in my head. It sounds like that, but it's not really like that. But I've had a woman come up to me and just say, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to let you know, no games. I think you're extremely attractive.
Yeah,
And
use your compliment
because
first.
you're typically not ready for a woman to even approach you in any way, shape, or form, because we're not used to the woman being the hunter in any way, shape, or form, right? And so when the roles are reversed and you the prey, it feels a little bit different for a man. But there's a piece of me that appreciates that sense of courage that it took for you to come and tell me that. And then I gotta fuck with you on that. You know what I'm saying? Because men don't get the compliments. Men don't get compliments thrown at them like in that type of first interaction type of settings. It usually happens when there's an established relationship and those comments start flowing in easy, right? But
yeah, the compliment, from my perspective, does go a long way. You can tell a man one thing.
That's
y'all
it.
easy. Really, y'all niggas easy as fuck.
God
Thank
damn.
you. Thank you, though. No, seriously, though.
You give
We've
a
been
nigga
saying
one
that forever.
compliment, it's over. I'll be like, oh, your beard is really nice. And don't let me touch your beard. It's over.
But listen, though, I need y'all to compliment on something that's really nice, though.
Yeah, she's not talking to you, Des.
No, I'm just saying, if you can't compliment on a nigga with a patchy beard and tell that nigga his beard's strong, don't lie to us.
Your cologne smells really nice.
We'll take that. All we need to know is that we are interested. So if you just open the lines of communication, a man typically will take over. You know, typically, a real man.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. But I think that, does that mean that when we go on a date, I gotta pay for it because I gave you a compliment?
No, come on, man. See there, you took it too far.
You ain't shit too far, Ash. I'll tell you that.
I'm just trying to be clear here. I just want to be clear.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
If I'm the initiator and I say, hey, compliment, boom, now we talking. Do you automatically assume that means after a couple of days I should treat you?
After a couple of dates?
Yeah, we're not married. We're still dating.
You know, honestly, you know what I like? I don't need you to treat me. So, for instance, you talked about going out to dinner and then going to a bar, other activities. If I pay for dinner, when we go have a drink later, I got this drink. You know what I'm saying? Drop $20 and just pay for these 2 drinks. That's not really asking a lot. You know what I mean?
That's a character thing, though.
Yeah. So I think little things like that matter. I don't think I need her to pay, especially so soon, or even want her to pay. But I think a little gesture of offering, hey, let me get this drink for you, or something like that. Or maybe she maybe go to a lounge or a club and I'll be right back, and comes back with 2 drinks. Like, take the initiative in that way.
That's some character shit.
Yeah,
I think men should look for that, because a person who won't do that, they're probably on some different type of stuff.
I agree.
I don't think it's far-fetched.
All right. So I know that he said that you have you got to go.
I mean, I own a whole business.
No, I know. No, I didn't want to hold you up.
But right now, everything is going well. I mean, I have a well-oiled machine. It's really beautiful. I'm so grateful. God is so good. Again, I would just always throw that out there.
Hey, you got to.
I have arrived to what the promises are, and they are looking really good. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Right now, I'm doing well. My next shift just came through. I had to mute y'all a couple times to talk to them, but it's all gravy. They're handling it. Y'all really should see this. It's really beautiful. I think that you guys should come here and do a podcast during the day or something.
Hey, I'm down, Gent. You already know. Make it happen.
Y'all should come post up. I got the perfect corner for y'all.
We did something where we get some participation also. Make it real live, you know?
Say it again.
So we could do something. We hopefully get some participation. We can make it real live, you know?
Yeah, I need to make sure that I obviously share this because I had so much fun with y'all today. Right now, this was pretty entertaining. I could probably dig into you guys a little more, but I'll let y'all make it.
Yeah. Get us the next time, girl. Get us the next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am. We
sure,
appreciate you. Though.
No, we appreciate you definitely. Gent, we got to get it. You want to give you a shout out? Let us know where they can find your bar.
Yeah, for sure. So again, I'm Ashley Nicole. This is Urban Social, Houston, Texas. I'm on Instagram, Urban Social HTX. It is the most beautiful, wonderful place in Houston, Texas. A lot of Black excellence, a lot of beautiful people, good energy, good music, good drinks. We're having a great time. Literally.
Ash, you are legitimately the American dream and the epitome of that. So congratulations again. Really proud of you, and we're gonna let you go so you can be that boss chick that we know you are. We know you are.
We appreciate you, Ash.
Get you back to running your business.
Throw a couple alley oops tonight, okay? Find a nigga that needs.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna post it. So I got y'all.
Please,
all right. Well, we're gonna close it up on our end, but hey, thank you so much, Ash, and we'll hit you back later.
Have a great evening.
Y'all continue to be great, Black, powerful men, and spread the word. Have a good time. Y'all be safe tonight. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, girl.
Bye.
No rubber tonight.
Hey, so I know we wanted to also continue the conversation, Jeezy. You wanna spill it into?
Yes. Well, I wanted to talk about ways to manage your expectations for dating when you first start dating someone, and the first one seems so obvious. Let things flow and let things just happen naturally without forcing them. And I think this is a big problem for many women, because most women, when they meet a man that they like, they start imagining how their lives will be together and their future and how many kids they'll have, and you know what I mean, what that life will look like when that nigga may never call you again tomorrow. So I think, I'm sure you've all been in that situation where you've had a woman jump the gun on y'all, no?
Yes.
I don't know. Have I had to jump the gun on me? What do you mean by jump the gun?
Well, it can happen in many ways. Maybe she expects constant communication.
Listen, I will say, go ahead, Des, and I'll answer on it. Go ahead. My bad.
For clarification, I didn't say I wouldn't want to answer. So what I would say is I don't I say this a lot, and I don't mean it to be difficult, but I don't invest a lot of time or energy into people that I know it's not going to go anywhere, right? Like I don't try to change anyone's personality. So it doesn't matter how fine she is or any of that stuff, or like what kind of shit she been through in her life. You got to be how I need you to be right now. Like I'm not in for a reclamation project. So if you, like, I can tell you, I enjoyed our conversation with Ashley, right? But I can tell you that her approach to like relationships, it wouldn't work with me
either.
Like we wouldn't be a good match. You know what I mean? So that she's pretty, she's successful. That could be my homegirl, but it couldn't be my girl. So in that situation now, like, I'm not, if a girl's hitting me up, I'm not getting enough communication from you. Unless it's something legitimate, I'm not entertaining it. I'm like, you need to go somewhere with that shit, or like, this ain't gonna work. Like that's the first conversation. So never really had that problem per se. I mean, I've had girls that did that and then they didn't last very long. So I don't remember them.
So you had the problem, but you just, you terminated it very quickly.
Immediately. So.
I mean, I wonder what it is. Des, what do you think it is that would have a girl go from 0 to 100 miles per hour that quick? And I understand people have dope personalities. I understand that people may present themselves in such a way that they can envision themselves being with this person long term. But what's in them that would make them think like, dang, I went on one fucking date and now all of a sudden I feel like this nigga owes me everything?
I think you glossed over it, but here's the thing. I think when you are an individual with a dope personality who has home training, that is successful, and has all of those desirable characteristics, I think you take for granted that that's the norm. right? I think you take for granted that's the norm. And what I think we know from having, female coworkers and friends and family members is that that's not the norm. Like all of us are conversationalists, right? All of us can carry a conversation. We can have a conversation about sports, life, work, family, anything like that. Travel, we've all traveled extensively. So there's niggas that never left their neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And they work at the Popeyes. And I'm not judging you, but what I'm saying is, if you never left your neighborhood and you worked at the corner store, the Popeyes, the swap meet your whole life, what the fuck you got to talk about?
Yeah.
You don't have no perspective on nothing. You ain't did nothing to have a perspective. So I think when you talk about what makes somebody go to 1,000 real quick is, I think they see something that they don't see very often. They find a unicorn. Yeah. And if you found a unicorn, you drive through the fucking woods not to lose that unicorn in your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So should we blame them then?
No, you can't. You can't.
Well, I'm blaming them hoes.
They want, and they want it.
I'm blaming them hoes because they knew you were unattainable from the beginning, but they got happy. But, you know what I'm saying?
But Jeezy, let me tell you something. You put an expectation on a woman as a man that you would hope that they would have, right? But you knew most likely they wouldn't be. Let's be honest. The last relationship could have been 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, but the last really, relationship you had, it was you knew. You ever had a girl say, man, I'm just like a dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't really faze me because, my daddy raised me and shit, and all that shit is cool, right? All that means is she got a little bit more nigga in her than the regular bitch, but it don't mean she a nigga because she's a bitch, right? And I mean that in the most sincere ways. And so no matter how hard they try to
she'll revert back to that, yeah.
It's their true nature. It's their true nature. So they can't fight it. And eventually, it's just a matter of time it takes for them to get to that womanly shit, get all fucking attached and get their feelings hurt,
Hey, was that the only outcome? You could have came with outcome A and B, nigga. I mean, you only gave us that one side.
I'm sure many women would disagree and say that there are men who go real quick. Because I got a couple homegirls that said they'll give a nigga a number and he start talking about, when we're gonna be together. Yeah, but they lame. Yeah. And the funny thing about that, you saying that is they classified them as lame niggas from the jump too. So anything they did after, made sense. I can only speak from a man's perspective, and it's funny to me when a chick jumps from 0 to 100 real quick. It makes me know that I know she hasn't really been meeting a lot of dudes. And what I found to really keep a chick around more is conversation. And you mentioned it, Des. A lot of women are sapiosexuals. You know what I mean? And I always say you got to fuck the mind before you fuck the pussy. And the reality is, if you can do that, if you can hold a conversation and stimulate a woman mentally, the pussy is all but guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
100%.
Maybe by the second date. You know what I mean?
Do you think the same is true?
You could do the first date too, but I always like to turn it down on the first date. Because like Jeezy said, if you give it to me too fast, it ain't gonna last. Like if I get it tonight, you might not hear from me again tomorrow.
Do you think the same is true for a dude though? Like, do you think that you gotta fuck our mind as well to be able? No, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to understand what from
your thought process. Dog, nigga stupid as shit when it comes to sex. We just dick hard. Me go.
Why you sound like a caveman though?
No, that's what it becomes, though.
Let me say something. And this gonna sound, I don't mean to be sacrilegious, and I don't mean to talk about no taboos, but I was raised in the church. And let me tell you something. You know how many times my dick was hard in the church?
There's some fat booties in church.
No. Somebody mama in a church dress, and my shit is
dog, it's some church ladies stacked up, nigga, with flat stomachs, and they in church with they best on. And church dresses, they fit like fitness pants. They just it's that soft material. You almost low-key just want to reach out and touch them. Lay your hands on them and pray for them.
With a little olive oil. I hear you.
Man. Church is a big distraction. I don't know how we got here, but I'm gonna stay here for a moment. Church, honestly, is a big distraction in the Black community. There should be a dress code, especially for big booty women, dog. There's no way anyone's paying attention.
Or big titty women. It's all the same,
dog.
A lot of them too.
And if I'm a pastor, honestly, I don't know how you can preach with a straight face when you see some of the thickness that be in the crowd. You are saved. That's how I know.
He got a counseling session later on. He got a counseling session later on.
The one-on-one.
He's gonna help her with a marriage. He's gonna help her with a marriage.
No, he gonna help her. Pray for her to find a husband. Yeah. In the meantime, you can have this. Yeah. In the meantime, you can have it. But no,
God told me I was gonna need you. I was gonna be in your life today. Look at me, baby. Look at me.
We're joking off something that's happening too regularly, but yeah. But no, the communication thing is really bothering me because it's funny to me how so many women, when you meet them, the moment they have decided they like you, they latch on and they expect to hear from your ass daily.
No, hourly almost.
You know what I mean? And if you don't communicate with them the way they like, then they assume you're a liar. They assume you have someone else, et cetera, and they never assume
anything positive.
Yeah, or that you just
or you have
a life. Yeah, I have a life, and I'm just getting warmed up with this situation. You know what I mean?
No, I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you on that. I gotta agree with you hard on that. I was with somebody and it was really in the beginning stages, man. And I mean, legitimately, this is when I just got my car and shit back in the day. And she would, just because I would have conversations, and most of the time that I was having the conversations, I was driving. So her immediate assumption was, oh, you got a bitch at home because every time that I talk to you, you on the road. No, you keep calling around the same times that I so happen to have to go somewhere. But your conclusion immediately, because you're not getting the communication the way you want it, is, oh, I'm doing something because every time you call me, I'm in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's a hypersensitivity is the problem when either a man or a woman is going 0 to 100 real quick. Is a hypersensitivity, and the other partner typically can't handle that level of sensitivity.
It's an insecurity as well.
Yeah.
Because it has to be an insecurity why you would expect someone to be so available, someone that you just met to be so readily available on your schedule as if they haven't had a life years before you. You know what I mean? So to me, especially when you just start dating someone, you have to work them into your life. There's no way, especially if you have kids, things of that nature, there's no way that you can meet someone and immediately have that free time to give them everything they need. I think you build up to that,
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And something else to that same point, when you're dating someone, and especially newly dating someone, you don't have to answer to them. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's funny the way you can start talking to a chick and within a week she's like, so what were you doing last night? Really, bitch? What was I doing? What was I doing? Minding my goddamn business, ho. I don't even know your fucking middle name, bitch. You over here asking me what I did, what I was doing. Like, I don't answer to you. You know what I mean? I think so many women, because again, I can't speak from a lame ass nigga's perspective, because only a lame ass nigga be checking on a hoe like that. But yeah, to jump from 0 to 100 that quick, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And niggas should not, I mean, this might be a PSA, but niggas should not feel bullied into like accommodating that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you're so nice, and Des, I'm not talking about you, but I'm saying like generally you're so nice that you become accommodating, that you'll allow that shit, and in some way, shape, or form, she's getting what she wants, and if you allow her to get that, nigga, it's going to be like that going forward, and you just can't set that pace, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's no different than kids, man. Like that's anybody, man. Like I almost think like when that happens to niggas, they deserve it. Like they need that lesson. Like,
God damn.
They need to learn from that lesson, man. Like you can't give no bitch the upper hand. You can't let her think that she running shit, and this not on no gender role shit. I'm not gonna let no nigga have no upper hand on me either, dog. Like you got to control that situation. Like you got to know what I'm giving you is more than enough. This is some prime shit you getting, but you got to fucking act right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Act right.
I don't play that shit, man. That's why I said I'm not for everybody, dog. I'm not for everybody. Like I'm a quiet fucking taste. You can't be in your feelings and none of that shit. And I think ultimately that's why people find who they're supposed to find. You know what I'm saying? People find. But you ever notice though? You see a woman who always in shit, always got something to say, and watch the nigga next to him, cool as a fucking ocean breeze, dog. Like cool as a fucking ocean breeze, because he got to be to deal with her ass. She can't have it. We fight. We be divorced already.
That's why opposites
She need
attract.
a cool breeze ass nigga like my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I didn't know you were trying to take it so personal. Like I felt like it was like you were saying it with your chest, nigga. Then you made your daddy call me.
You know how many times when I was a kid, dog, I'd be looking at my daddy. I'd be like, dog, why do you, dog? Stop this woman, dog.
No,
seriously. The same thing, nigga.
No, I've seen the same thing from our parents, Jen.
Yeah.
Same thing where my mom is just so, because her mouth is just fiery.
It's vicious. It's
and
poisonous.
She'll say whatever comes to her mind. And I've seen times where, and Jen, you was even there because my dad cheated on my mom.
Ouch.
And this was decades later, and she's still talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she wasn't talking about it to condemn him. She was just telling a story about it because it's her life experience too, right? And I never forget that nigga face, like, oh shit, here we go.
Here go again.
But see, the wrong nigga, he loses his shit. He starts yelling. He probably punched my mama in the nose.
Right.
But my daddy is the right nigga, and he laid back and shit. He shook his head. I swear to God, he took a deep breath, and I don't think he listened to another word that came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was like, and I literally think he cut it off right in his head right there. I don't even hear it. So, I do think you have to meet with the right person, and that's what comes to my next point, and we're almost done. Making sure you're being yourself 100%, because you don't want to misrepresent yourself. You got to be real with who you are, so that you can find the right person. You know what I'm saying? So many chicks go out here playing cute. You ordering a salad and shit, knowing you want the full rack of ribs, not the 2/3 rack, but you want the full rack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be who you are. Don't let me get with you, and then I start seeing that you eat like you eating on your last supper and shit before they put you to sleep and shit. Like, be who you are. Don't leave shit to be, put as a surprise on a nigga, man. So I don't like being blindsided in that way.
And your point. Go ahead, Des.
No, I was going to ask you a question on that. Do you think that, like, don't you think that has to do with the right amount of time of actually dating somebody? Like, what I'm saying is, like you date, like, I'm a firm believer that the truth, dog, shall reveal itself, dog. It's just the better the motherfucker is who's hiding the truth, the longer it takes for it to come out. But nobody's perfect, and everybody slips up if you're attuned to it. And so, don't you think that dating somebody for a year and a half, even 2 years before you make a decision, is different than dating somebody for 8 months and committing to a relationship?
I
agree.
agree.
You learn that?
I agree, but that's what's so fucked up. By misrepresenting yourself, you've forced both of you into wasting time. Because if you would have been true and been your realest self, it wouldn't have taken 2 years. It wouldn't have taken 8 months.
You didn't have to do that, Dev.
Yeah, nigga would have known you ain't shit in 2 weeks, maybe 2 months. And then it ends and you move on. But by misrepresenting yourself, you're just dragging shit out. I've heard a chick call it a slow breakup, where you realize you both aren't really for each other, but you keep pretending and fronting for another 2-3 months for you dragging shit out for no reason. You know it doesn't work, so you got to nip it in the bud. So that's why I think being real is so important. Whenever dating, I think it's best to put all of your potential deal breakers on the table early. You know what I'm saying?
What date is that though? Because I just even one. Like if I were to meet a chick and I start talking to her, having a conversation before I even take her out, I'm gonna tell her a couple potential deal breakers that have maybe been for other women that could be for her, because I don't want to waste my time, and I damn sure don't want to spend $100 on dinner and drinks for a hoe that is gonna run once she finds out I smoke trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, or some shit like that. You gotta be who you are from the jump, man.
See, but don't you think? See, and that's it. So this goes back to something you said about the topic, right? About not being a true self, concealing that, right? Because I would say, like, in the situation, right? you have an individual who likes to smoke trees. Let's say it's you, right? You got a woman. Everything else is great. She's feeling you, you're feeling her, but she doesn't like the fact that you smoke trees. Here's the issue, though. The reason that she doesn't like the fact that you smoke trees is because
what?
Been with somebody who smoked trees. They weren't responsible. They were lazy. They didn't do that. So my point is that you don't tell her that. You keep that secret. Almost 3-4 months in, you be going to work. You do trainings. You're doing all this stuff. You traveling with your homeboys. You hooping all the time. You keeping in shape. Oh, and you blow trees. Now it's not an issue because the things that made the trees the issue in the last relationship or two are not the same things. And I think that goes to do with maturity. So I think sometimes people hide deal breakers because the person that they're interested in may think that's a deal breaker, right? But then you realize I got control of my shit, baby.
Or maybe it's a deal breaker in that moment. But if I knew you better, it wouldn't be.
Right.
I agree.
Maybe that debunks your whole theory of or general process approach of drawing all that out and laying that all out first time.
Well, I'm gonna beg to differ, agree, disagree, because if you're a crackhead hoe, I want to know up front, and I don't foresee you being a functional crackhead, so I'd like to know from day one if possible. You know what I mean, but I do agree that will fit in many instances. I do agree. You know what I'm saying? But last but not least, be prepared and open even. I shouldn't say prepared. I should say open to the relationship not working out. You know what I mean? A lot of women get angry quickly. You know what I mean? When the shit don't work out, a nigga curve you or ghost you, and it's a couple weeks in, like, bitch, we don't even know each other that well. Why are you so mad? You know what I mean?
Right.
If it just didn't fit. We didn't work on my end. And if a nigga really ghosts you or does you like that, he did you a favor. What if he'd have kept your bitch ass around, kept fucking you, and getting everything that he could out of you a year or two, and then you realize accidentally because you walked in on him fucking another hoe that he wasn't that into you. What do you prefer? You know, so many women say I want the truth, but then when a nigga tell you the truth, we ain't shit. I seen a post on Instagram where a nigga was like, hey, look, you're a good woman, yada yada yada, but you're just not it for me. I wish you nothing but the best. And she responded so petty, like, nigga, fuck you. I'm gonna block you, nigga. You ain't shit, yada yada. Damn, why you so mad at the nigga for being real with you
and honest?
Should he have kept fucking your ass until you found out he was cheating? Like, what do you want? So be open to it not working out. As easy as that sounds.
Ditto.
And being fine with whatever that outcome looks like, because you're right. And it don't matter if you're 45 or 50-year-old. There are people who act like they fucking 15 still.
Yeah.
Like, and at the end of the day, you just dodged the biggest bullet of your life. Women, be mature about your shit, man. You want a man to act like a man, and when he acts like a man, then you want to tear him down. Like, choose your poison, bitch. Like, sorry, my bad.
No. In fact, you gonna went somewhere, and I know you went somewhere personal, and I'm gonna come right there with your personal ass. So, have realistic expectations, hoes. Y'all out here killing me. Dog, you can't be 43 and you fucking the 27-year-old nigga who has no kids. You got 3, and you think that nigga gonna settle down with you. Fuck out of here. You can't be 56 and you got your old 40-year-old nigga, and you think you gonna hold that nigga down. You think that nigga gonna want your 70-year-old ass when he over here still 55? Like, be realistic. Know when you're getting into a certain relationship that there's a shelf life. Bitch, if I buy a loaf of bread, Dave's Killer Organic Bread, it only give me 7 days, D, before that shit start to turn. You know what I mean? That's the shelf life. Go into a situation knowing the shelf life so you don't set yourself up for pain down the road. You know what I mean? A lot of women need to understand that one.
Thanks for like bringing it all home.
So they in a temporary relationship and they over here taking this shit long term. You know what I mean? So
anyway, how you live, bruh.
100%.
Listen, y'all know where to find this gent. Let them know, man.
Hey, man, Brunch with the Boys. You can find us on Instagram at Brunch with Boys. You can find us on Twitter at Boys with a Z _brunch. I'm not quite even sure if that's right because this drink got me on. This Red Rocket got me on something else. You can find us on Facebook. Type that shit in. We're on Google, Spotify, Apple, every podcast platform you can think of. Huge YouTube presence. And if you don't know, now you know. www.brunchwiththeboys.com.
Tighten up.
And there you go, bro.
W's, boys.
Yeah.
Dog, me and these W's be fucking up, boy. But hey, we'll blame it on Red Rocket.
No, but
girls, BBW.
Listen, just one last thing, ladies. Chill the fuck out, man. I'm really sick of this shit. This shit's getting ridiculous. Like, chill out. You know why you've been single, and you keep it up, you're gonna be single forever. God damn it.
Let me say something to the ladies. Ladies, be choosy. All right, because most of these niggas ain't shit. He gonna knock you up. He not gonna be there for the baby. Choose wisely. Take your time. If you got to be 36, because you're not selling for no fuck nigga, then that's what it is. But you live your life, boo-boo, and you do you, right? Because when you find the right one, you're going to be the right one for you.
And let me tell you,
King Daz loves you.
He said King Daz loves you.
First of all, he lying, ladies. That nigga don't love none of these hoes. And second of all, this nigga said be choosy. You can be choosy up to a certain age. This nigga said 36. Bitch, at 36, you can't be choosy.
Not true at all. We had this conversation.
At 36...
If you keep yourself tight, your shelf life is longer. Keep
I agree. Yes, nigga. If you close that bread up, nigga, and put that loop-de-loop on it, keep that air out of it, you're right, D. You might buy yourself another week or two. I totally agree. If you keep yourself fine, you can be choosy, nigga. Well,
all day long. You can be choosy at 60s
and 50s and 60s. I totally agree. But if you
agree too.
Wait. Don't you dare call yourself choosy at 35. Bitch, you will be alone forever.
God damn.
The only thing you need to be choosing is between LA Fitness and Planet Fitness.
Hey, how about that? Okay. All right. You know,
I took it too far.
Yeah, you know, we just gonna close it up.
Y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love y'all indeed. I know it don't always seem like that, but somebody got to give you tough love. You know what I'm saying?
Cue the exit music right now. That's what we need to cue.
Brunch with the boys. Y'all already know what it is.
Bye. Y'all stupid.